afternoon. Just double checking everything's on. Solo me today. We have, oh cool, everyone's been, we've got 5 viewers now. No Mr. Hammerbush today. Mr. Hammerbush is actually racing, so big up Mick Howe. We shall see. Happy birthday from Ash. Thank you very much. I think everyone's trying to kill me off because the amount of birthdays I've had since my actual birthday, exactly a month ago today. I've had another 30, so I'm just turned 75 according to everyone. Max, if you're watching, thank you very much. I had a birthday wish off you. You're not late if you're going off everybody else who thinks my birthday's today, but a little bit late if you're going for the real one. But that'd be good. I hope to see you back as well. So we shall see. Let's just have a look and see. Let's get all these bits and bobs done. So we to keep watching on. So let's have a follow of. Oh, Harley jumped off just as we went out. Let's give Mick a watch actually. Mick's the man behind Rod Pollux. So BJ Robbo's changed the room settings, so I've got to go back in. Hamazaki for Smalley. Smalley will be home watching somewhere. Brandon Smith, Team Harley. I don't know if that's your brother or whatever, Harley, but hello Brandon. It's going to take me a while today trying to master doing social media corner and watching and eating a lovely apple muffin with cinnamon icing that my youngest one has made me today. Thanks, Smalley. Any more birthdays and I'll be... Oh, I presume this is just... oh, this is the race. That must have been quali. So obviously it took a little bit of time to get set up. Unless this is a practice one. Not 100% sure what's going on here. It's froze. Oh no. I don't know if that's me disconnected from the network or if that's the actual room. No, it must be the room. Thanks, Ben. Not that you'll be able to hear me now, I don't think. You might be able to. I don't know if anybody else is on, if they can just confirm whether the whole room's disappeared. Just checking. See if this has kicked everyone out or if it's just a me one. Let's come out of here. Try again. Oh, cool. So it's not me. So I've got to fill in for a little bit till till we're live, I suppose. Let's get it back up and running. I know you can't hear me at the minute. We're just waiting to see what's going on. We're getting this room set back up at the moment. I'm not hosting the room, just the comms. So here we go. Back in the room. See how I get on this second time round. Thanks, Fuller, for the birthday wishes again. Smalley saying hello. Is it me you're looking for? I don't know. He reckons mixed, ginger, and well built. Right, let's get the room set back up now. This is back in. I thought it was mine then. Right. Back in. Back on. So we'll see. I presume this is just a little bit of practice, waiting for everyone to settle down. Ooh, a bit of contact there from Shave. There's a bit of confusion going on here about whether it's 13 or 15 laps. It is 15 laps. I would imagine it'd be a straight two-stop strategy. I can't see anybody really doing anything a little bit different. Doc Coop has still got stuff in his eyes, I think. A bit of a spin there. Presuming that this is the practice quality again. It's obviously been a little bit disjointed now. Everyone's off all over. So we'll see whether it puts out of this one or something that the Wasp is doing. Othed, right, so that must have been practice because Castle's now saying exit. So Othed's out on track first anyway. We should have a lot of run. Did some practicing with Othed earlier. It's not a bad lad for a man. The Bond guys will be quite quick. Today, I think they put a lot of time in here. Lexus goes well here. It's got a lot of top speed. It seems to suit the way it flows. So, we've got a Ash with another recycled joke. Let's try and dot cup liberating. I see. Yep, it's very recycled. So I don't know if anybody watched the Group 2 race. Interesting. It was very fair. Thank you, Tim. For what I presume was the birthday wishes. Again, not so many thank yous to Mr. Scrawl and Mr. Fuller for aging me so many times by having 400 birthdays in a year. So Smalley saying, I've just ate half a pig in a sandwich. Surely at this time on a Sunday, Smalley, it would be beer can, not bacon. There you go. Thanks, Ash. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good battle. I enjoyed that. The front three, which I presume I'm not sure. I didn't have a look where it finished. I presume Vilsec. Thank you, Castle. Yet another happy birthday. I think probably Vilsec, Leaker, Havoc was on fire today. I know we have quite a good battle with him, but he was away with it today. And then VR drove a very clean race. It was very, very tight between. There was a lot of battles all the way through, and hopefully we'll see some equal battles in this race as well. There's some competitive lads. Vilsec, Leaker, Havoc. Yeah, I thought so. Thanks, Ball Boy. God's sake, Smalley, what have you started, man? Beep. Well, that is true. I am to both of them. Yeah, so we'll see what. Let's get back in the room. We'll watch the guys away with this one. Castle, third season in the Porsche. Should be good run for them. Qualifiers. I presume this is the actual qualifying. I've lost real track of where we are. It's a bit hard to keep up with. Kimmy, Shaman, I think them three will be away at the front, but do I know there's obviously a slight vested interest, but do keep an eye on the Robbie Pollock's guys today. I think they could throw a little bit of a curveball in there. So we'll see. We'll give it a little time to settle down. We'll go out with Tim first in the Datsun. I know a lot of people call them a GTR, but they are, if you speak to people who know, they are actually a Datsun Cherry. So I'm just getting a slurp of tea as well. Got Ball Boy in second on the track at the moment. I think these four will need to give each other a bit of room. There's a bit of this going on in the Group 2 race as well. And the outlap, it's a little bit, I think they should give this one a little bit more room. There's some stopping at non-ideal points in the first laps of quali in the Group 2 race, but it's settled down. There you go, Oved tucked up behind Doc Coop, so maybe looking to try and catch a toe onto the straight. BJ Robbo comms for the Group 2 race earlier, and by all accounts, I've not listened to it back yet, but by all accounts he is a great commentator and did a very, very good job. I just opened told he spoke about the R&P guys quite a lot and bigged us all up. But it's good that the league's getting the commentators from the drivers' pool as well, because obviously getting a real insight into how the cars are, how the tracks are, and the sort of strategies that people are going to be running. Harley could do a lot of damage today. If he gets a clean one, he's often been quite unlucky with being taken out a little bit in the early stage of the races, but very, very quick. Checking his bum for ready shaving there. I don't know whether maybe they've got a special friendship going on, but he was certainly shaking something at him. Kimmy, we all know. I was going to say we all know how quick Kimmy is. Kimmy's off. That's really going to scupper this now. I believe there's some damage on hard. He's got front aero damage, so I would think he's going to pit now and may only get one flying run. Mikkel Howe, Mr. R&P. This is Mick's first step up into the Group 3 League. He drives the Beginners League. They were here on Thursday night and he had a very, very good podium. So we'll see whether he can transfer that pace into this Group 3 race. We'll stick with him for this lap. We'll just watch, see how he gets on. Very quick and steady. Been quite poorly this week as well. Could have some very good news today, but he hasn't actually got the Rona. So well in, Mick. So, and I believe he has actually got over his no tractionitis as well. He had a terrible bout of no tractionitis the other week. Came on it's a really, for a racer, it's a terrible disease. As soon as you, if you're expecting to run traction and then get told you can't, it just hits you, bang, like a rocket. No tractionitis comes in and it just leaves you unable to drive. It's a terrible, worst thing a racer can have. But he's doing quite well here. It's must be fairly clean lap so far. Just jump back up and see what else is going on at the moment. No one's actually finished a lap at the moment, so we've got no real idea of where people are. The Datsuns are quick. They are a quick out of straight line, so group 2 cars. Very lively when we're on top of them. See there, Black Jones slightly wide. It's not going to scupper too much because they're not getting into the drag onto the start finish straight. So we're going to see these across the line now with Castle's Porsche in third. Nice little train here, the similar sort of pace, they shouldn't hold each other too much. Opening lap of a 2:17, 2:16 from Bormo, 2:15 from Castle, which is a good solid lap for an opener. BJ Robbo up into 5th, so let's just see if we can jump back down to where Nick is. It's over there, did 7th there. Mick Howe, good lap in 7th. I'll be pleased with that so far. Solid qualifying lap. We have actually got a 2-time OFR winner in social media corner. OFR Smalley, or Smalley 767 as he prefers, but he's quite shy. He's quite a timid chap, so he doesn't often take the plaudits that he deserves. But leading the OFR Beginners Cup, which is great for him and great for R&P as a team. We've got good strong teams in all 3. I don't know much about I've only watched one of the Beginners Cup so far, so I'll have to see, maybe get in on comms for that in a couple of weeks so we keep up with the direction some drivers into this league next season. So we've still got Castle out in front by a quarter of a second from Harley now. So we'll have a look, see where. Let's watch Harley go for a little bit. Tucked in nicely behind one of the Porsches. It should just toe him up a little bit. He's got a good toe if that's what he's aiming for. Horrible little corners that they're just going through. Double right. It's so easy just to run a little bit deep into there. And you've got Doc Coop behind him who's carrying a penalty, which, if this is their in lap, should be able to clear. No, maybe I know Smalley in ways you don't, Ash. Maybe we have a special way of communicating. So we'll see. I think they'll probably dive in this lap, maybe fresh tyres on a much reduced fuel load, and get out and try and put the fly around the ball with the banker laps in. So we'll see who comes in. Ready Shaven's off. Harley cuts, got spun to go in. So Harley is on double lap stint. Castle stayed out, so this is really going to play into. Castle's actually, sorry, my mistake, has been in. He's got fresh boots on as well. So's Harley. And Ready Shaven. They all look to have been in and pitted for a second set. Mick Howe's in with a flashing red engine boot. It's the one thing you don't want in a race, Mick, because it's going to take a little while to pit. He's going to struggle to get a second lap in now. Still a good solid quali in 8th. Oved in 9th. Again, has maybe just missed the boat to get a second stint in on new rubber with only 1 minute and 51 left. You need to be out of the pits with probably around 2:20 just to be on the safe side. Phil Babbage in little Peugeot. The RCZ's a good solid car. It's going to cause. It's surprising how nimble and quick it is. Good on tyres, good on fuel. So it could be quite interesting to see how far the order they can get. He's just gone past SJB, which is his teammate. I've not seen SJB in the ring before, so maybe this is his debut. We've got a Datsun down in 11th. And his teammate Ballboy coming 5th, so he's totally round. Sat right behind Castle, so it's good. A good marker, a good car to be in the slipstream of. But bear in mind, obviously being in the slipstream of the car in front, you've got the benefit of the drag in a straight line, but it can also settle the car into a corner as well, so it plays one or two ways. So they're all starting their last flying lap now. It's going to be close between these three. So Castle's time is just perfectly with 30 seconds left to just cross the line for his last flyer. Ballman behind him. Harley's just did the same thing. They're hopefully over there, then just pulls to one side, lets Harley through. So we'll stick with these for a second between these. Kimmy's this will be Kimmy just going to get across. Just get across the line by 2 seconds and get one more lap in. The damage obviously to Kimmy earlier on has not helped him out because he's only going to get one decent run on one set of tyres. Ready shaving in 4th. Another good solid result for those. Now back down to the Datsun Ryton lad who's out in the Mazda. The black and the yellow doesn't make it sound like look like the Wasp, it sounds like it's gone purple first, so quick lap from him there. These two are having a qualifying race at the front. Castle's 10th purple at the first split. We'll just watch Harley. Harley's gone purple as well. We'll see where he comes out on the second split. Ooh, Harley's just in front by about a 10th at the minute. Just in front. We're going to flip between Castle and Harley here, see if we can catch him on the split times. There's another one coming up. Is Castle just going to get balked by Tim here? Alright, Castle's lap's not compromised. It'll be interesting to see him and Harley just fight it out for the top spot. It could work. He could get a slight drag. I think he's pulled out. Castle's pulled out the lap, so this can leave it right on for Harley. Harley could be on for what I believe he's not sure if he's debut OFR podium. I'd have to check back with Stato. Maybe he'd be able to tell us. He's a quarter of a second blue at the moment, so he's going to be probably 100th behind. 100th behind at the moment, unless he can just pull something out in these last couple of corners. So we can just dive in, use the slipstream of Castle if he can get into it just on the straight. We're going to watch this across the line. So it's showing him purple by. It's showing him purple. It's not showing him his pole on the thingy. So maybe he has just missed out. But so you've got Castle at the moment. It shows Castle, Harley, Ready Shaving Kimmy, Ballboy, Ryton lad, BJ, Robbo, Tim, Mick. Still a good solid quality for them. Mick in 9th, Overhead in 10th, Phil Babbage, Doc Coop, SJB and Max. I'm sure it showed Harley. It's 0.7 under. They're actually saying the same time as Harley. We'll see when the screen comes up. Wow, there you go, perfect, absolute bang on the same time between them two there. So hopefully they'll be able to transfer that into the race. So we're away at the start. It's fairly clean so far. Good field in here at the moment. Interested to see how this comes out in the rest of the race today. So at the moment, again, I think it's going to be between these front three. Harley just having a look at the inside of Castle there, but just taking a little bit steady on the first lap. Just let it all settle down. I think everyone is through. We'll just jump from the... We'll go alternate, we'll go from the back of the grid up. You've got Max going up to the thing. Then you've got Oved and Mick Howe, 11th and 12th. Just let it just settle down. Just take the time to settle into the race. It'll come back to them. So Mick Howe's now to 11th. Doc Coop 10th. Tim 9th. Phil Babbage in 8th. Brighton Lad in 7th, BJ Robbo, Ready Shaven, Iceman Kimmy, Ballboy, Harley and Castle. So it's everyone's through the first lap. These front two are just starting to gap. Those behind. They've already pulled out second, like 2/3 of the way around the first lap. So this is going to be an epic battle between these two. If we can carry this on and stay clean all the way through, I'd expect everyone to be on a standard 2-stop. We'll be stopping somewhere in laps 5 and 10. I don't think it's really another strategy that works. We've got Dominic Hussey, come on Harley. Harley will understand, but he's obviously got a lot of brothers or sisters. I don't know. We don't want to cast aspersions. It's all okay. Telemetry, mate. Yeah, thanks, Ash. There you go. It seems to get rid of it when we go from quali into the race, and I forget because I'm not able something to eat or something to drink. So again, these two, look at the gap that these two pulled is just under 2 seconds. It will be 2 seconds as across the line. Hardy's just up nicely in the slipstream of Castle there. It should be epic between these two. And I'm not sure. I'd have to check back through previous season's data, but this could be debut runs from both. She'll have a look. She'll have a look in a bit. We'll let the race settle down and watch them through. Purple first sector. So the viewer in the stream. Ballboy's off. Whoops. I thought there was a blossoming friendship there. Flash Wilson, but maybe not. I think they had a little bit of a cuddle at Interlagos pre-season. And Ash is maybe just a little bit John Smith still and a little bitter. There you go. That's a quick joke for you, Ash, made up on the spot. Kimmy must have had an off as well. It's very, very unusual to see him all the way back down in 13th. Kimmy's got to be one of the title favourites. So someone off in front. It's Michael Howe. He's got front and rear damage. So just steady away, Mick. Pull it back up. Probably manage with that to the end of the first pit, I would think. Just go back up to the front. The gap's just extending to about 0.8 now. Maybe Hardy's just taking a breather. Very early in the race, it's probably best to just settle in. They've got a 3.6 second lead over BJ Robber in third. BJ Robber's doing well with the Mazda in third place there. Looks like he's only just gone past Ready Shaven with Phil Babbage just behind. So we've got 5 different manufacturers in the top 5, which is just good to see. Castle's just starting to smidge away a little bit now. Which won't bother Harley too much now. Maybe just taking a breather, keeping his eye in. The problem you've got is sometimes if you get too close, you can easier to fall into a mistake. You get caught out in slipstream, a little bit of unsettled air on corner entry. So he's maybe doing it wise. He can just take a breather, just stay sort of like just within the second half, and I still think he'll do away because they're pulling away from BJ Robber in third, so there's no danger to them from behind. So we should see how they settle down. Let's try and pick a battle see if there is any going on. I think you've got one. BJ Roberts just starting to get these other two, but you've got Reddy Shaven and Phil Babbage now, which is probably the closest battle we've got on track. Phil Babbage just trying to go around the outside. We're now into it's a tricky section that the off-camber right-handers come down the hill. The car's really awaited, and then the really, really tight, awkward left on the inside. So some great shots though. Phil Babbage is all over the back of Reddy Shaven here. Taking quite a wide line into there. Just lost a little bit. So you've got two teammates now. Apocalypse Racing, I think the RCZs are just starting to drop just off the back of Reddy Shaven a little bit. So we'll just have another look. Oh, they're having a solid run in 7th. Which is a good run for him. I'm sure he'll pick up another couple of places. I think top 6 would be a great result for him. Max in 8th in the Datsun. SJB in 9th as the 3rd Apocalypse Racing car. Kimi just started to pull a couple of places back now. He will make his way further at the points. He's very, very fast. I think he must have had an incident in the opening laps. Smalley's asking where's Mick and Oved. Oved is in 7th, Smalley. There you go, you see a little shot of him there. Mick is down in 12th. So he is looks like he's going to run with that damage until the first pit stop. He's only got 2 laps left at the end of this. He'll put him right off strategy now if he pitted early. We'll just watch and just see if he does take advantage of the pit stop to clear any damage, or if he is going to go. He's pitting early, so he's either going to go slightly longer middle stint or try something a little bit different and go for a 3-stop. The ball boy's got a penalty, so we'll just have a see. Castle is just starting to gap Harley now, just putting 2 seconds on him, but at the end of the day, very early in the season, there's no point in Harley pushing too hard, losing the car and damaging season-long points. He's in front of a lot of guys that are going to be at the top end of the championship already. In fact, we'll just have a quick look on social media. iPhone, it's an iPhone in case Apple want to send us one, just purely for this. So I can't get the stats up for this one because I'm not in the Discord. So we'll just have to wing it. But I know obviously the guys in front of these or around these in the championship are all a little bit further back today, so it's going to be good solid points for them anyway. So we can get access to the Group 3 stats. Smart is saying he won't be able to do longer stints, then front tyres get eaten. Should have done 4, 8, 12 to push hard. Depends on whether he's going to. I think I'm not rightly convinced that we tried a 3-stop for the previous race. I'm not sure it's the way to go, but it depends. You may be forced into that now. The gap's staying fairly constant between these two, about 2.5, but they are pulling away massively from BJ Robber in 3rd, who's still in a real tight battle there with Reddy Shaven, who's caught back up because at one point he did have probably like second and a half. Beautiful looking car that Mazda. It does sound like a wasp trapped in a beer bottle. So jump a little bit further back down. We've got 2 teammates here. I don't know how hard these are going to push each other. And this is them battling is allowing over to catch up. He's down to like 1.25 now, and the Lexi is quite quick through this section. It's fairly stable. So there the battles at the moment. You've got over in 7th. We'll jump back to that in a moment. Max, Kimi's now up to 8th. One thing Kimi can do very well is manage tyres. So I don't think he will have pitted, or if he has, it was to clear damage. So again, another one possibly off strategy here. But he's starting to nibble into Oded's lead, and as fully expected, he'll still should be able to recover a top 5 from this, I would think. Kimi's another one of the drivers who's been around with OFR for a long time. He's dead helpful as well. If I've been in practice rooms with him, then he's a great one for advice and line teaching. Another one that's an asset to the league for helping bringing new drivers on. Right lad, I think it's his debut in 12th. Mick is now up to 13th. Obviously he's pitted, and he's starting to pull the gap in on right lad. It'd be good to see Mick get a point today. Let's see, and then you've got Tim in the Datsun in 14th. So the gap between these front two has extended now. We're getting into tyre when the tyres are shot. This will be a pit lap, I think, for both of these. Yep, Castle's in. Both very, very similar on fuel as well. Marginally the Porsche's better. So he's only topped up to half a tank. We'll just watch Hardy through his stop here. He's gone a little bit longer, maybe to save a slightly shorter fuel stop on the second stop maybe. Looks like Ash will be teaming up with Kimi for the Enduro races. They're on an alternate Wednesdays with the Super Formula. This is how many cars was here? Five-way line here. So we'll just see BJ Robbo has pitted, Shaven's pitted, Doc Cooper's pitted, Phil Babbage. So this is a 5-way battle here for third. And again, Kimi's the only one that's not really on strategy here, but he's a great one at making his tyres last a little bit longer. So I don't think it's going to necessarily hold him up too much. But it should definitely put him in. It's going to put the inside of Phil Babbage here into the real nasty. There's a hump in the track just there, and it has just sent him a little bit deep there. So we'll see whether he takes that on the cutback now. Phil Babbage has just held him off. It's a good little fight here for these lower places. We'll just have to see where the actual podium fight is now. You've got BJ Rob and Reddy Shaven. This is the second stint that they've been this close together, and it's quite tight for them to get around. I think this is the closest battle we've got on track, and it's great to see it's a battle this tight for the podium when you've got three drivers in with a chance. Reddy Shaven just got a slightly better run out of the second one of them right-handers there, so there's a possibility just to take a move on the inside or the outside into this hairpin. Looks like he's going to go around for the outer, possibly try for a cutback. It sends Robbo slightly deep. He did. He just took cut back to the apex there, but didn't quite make his move. Robbo took a great line in. There's not really an overtaking point here. You've got the final turn as well as Robbo lifts a wheel. This is just allowing Doc Coop just to jump onto the back of these two a little bit as well, and just tightens up into a 3-way battle for the podium. But again, the fight is just allowing Harley and Castle just to drag away. So we've got Kimi in for a set of tyres. We'll just see what Kimi puts on here. So just another set of softs, because this could be a ploy to try and run to the end. He's put another set of softs on and fueled to the end. No other reason to go full tank. So this could work. I say Kimi's good at making his tyres last. He's got a lot of experience. He might just, I think there's a possibility he should be able to pull a top 5 maybe, depending on what goes on in front of him. Castle's just starting to gap Harley now. The gap's consistently just over 4 seconds. It's not done. There's obviously the possibility of a mistake, but we shall see. We shall see where this one settles down. Still trying stats up on the races, so see where we are championship wise. Yeah, the gap's staying sort of like around 4-6. It's just taken a couple of tenths off him there, but out of the corner the Porsche is quite good, so it is just hovering around 4.5 seconds. It's a fairly constant gap. Harley be well happy with the podium. I think he's got the pace to win, and depending on what they do fuel wise, but Castle must have had a little bit of contact here, because it's probably why the gap's just dropped, but he has got front damage now. Harley's marginally off on tyres, but with that front damage it's going to enable him just to start nibbling back into this lead. Down to just over 4 now, but they're still gapping the drivers behind, 3rd, 4th, 5th. This is still an epic battle here between Reddy Shaven and BJ Robbo. Shaven's now travelling around the outside. It's a very, very long tight the boat, but it's cut back there like what Shaven did to the late apex, and you've got the drag down the hill. You can either go wide and take a cut back into here, or take Robbo's line, which is a tight entry. He sent him deep. That's a perfect cutback. Called that on the way in. Reddy Shaven took a perfect move there. Very clean. Hopefully Robbo can still stay on the back of him, so I'd like to see this fight stay till the end. Right, so we've just got the stats up now from the previous round. We've got Proctor, who's not in today. He's currently in the lead. Kimmy second. Ash, who's actually injured today. It's a shame he's not out there, because I'm sure he'd have been in that certainly that top 5 battle again. Reddy Shaven, Doc Goop, Harley in 8th. Phil Babbage, BJ Robbo, Indrix, Oved and Castle. So this is going to put Castle right up in the mix today. Obviously he scored points in the first one. Kimmy is still going to pull back some decent solid points. He's up to 9th now, chasing down Ballboy in 8th and Oved in 7th. So this could, in the next couple of laps, this could put him back up to 7th, which is going to put him very, again, probably take the championship maybe. It's a shame we can't do a live championship and have it on the side of the screen. Interlude there. Spawn is asking for the race to be saved. I'm not going to save which one. We've got to see if Robbo can save it. My PlayStation is a div. So Ballboy's got in front of Oved here, who's got Iceman Kimmy right on his backside. I'm just going to dive back and forth because we're just probably approaching the second round of pit stops, and obviously Castle's made this damage. It's actually listed really well. It's down to 3.8. It's going to mean Harley can pull back a little bit. Harley's slightly better on fuel, which would mean a slightly shorter stop. Whether it's enough to take this 4 seconds back, I'm not sure, but we shall see. Reddy Shavens now gapped BJ Robbo in third, but he's still a solid put. Fourth from Robbo there. As good in behind the wheel as he is behind the mic. Doc Coop in fifth, who's chasing him down. He's not letting him off. The gap is just coming down now, but we are starting to get round to the second round of pit stops, which will be the final ones for those that run a standard strategy. So we've got Phil Babbage in sixth, Ballboy seventh. Iceman Kimmy's just took Otherd there. Otherd is probably going to be coming in at the end of the next lap, I would think. Max in 10th, who is desperately in need of a pit. That offside front tyre is shot. There's a lot of very, very fast right-handers in. They do put a lot of strain on the right side of the car. Wrighton lad in 11th, who's going in for... I thought he was going to dive in then. He sold me a dummy as well. 11th. Mick Howe in 12th. It's perhaps not at the one we expected him to have, but it's a debut run, I think, certainly in the Group 3 league. So we'll just see how he gets on. It's not done yet. SJB in 13th. He is in the last Apocalypse car. He must have had impact because he's got big engine damage there. And Tim has taken his right front tyre off and done something very, very bad with it. That's very, very intense wear. So we're now back up to the gap's just starting to stretch out again to just under 5 seconds from Castle back to Harley. Castle has got the blinking red light, and so has Harley, but he's got a slight bit more fuel, so it could. Castle's been very, very good on his tyres on this run. The Lexi's just taken the front a little bit more wear on them. It'll be a solid podium for Harley today, though. I think unless there's a mistake, I don't think Reddy Shaven behind them in third is going to catch him. Castle has got damage to us. Yep, we've called that one as a thing. It's, I think, with the tyre wear, even with the damage, he's just managing to just edge out from Harley now. I think he's only just got enough fuel to get round this lap as well. He is in, so I'm sure Harley will follow him in as well on this lap. And there's a 5-lap dash. Been very, very clean between these two. They've kept themselves well out of trouble, and it should be an interesting battle to see how well they make this last stint. Obviously his damage has just meant that Harley has come out just behind him. We'll just see how this gap is down to 3 seconds, so it's brought Harley about 2 seconds closer. So it's obviously now it's a push on, 5-lap sprint. Ignore the previous 10 laps, they don't mean anything now, and it's going to be a tight run between these two. And it depends really on who doesn't make a mistake. So you've got Reddy Shaven in third, again just fresh out of the pits. You've got Kimmy in fourth, who's now in front of BJ Robbo. Has BJ Robbo been in the... BJ Robbo has been in the pits as well, so it's going to be a dogfight between these two. I know Robbo's come around the outside of him. It's a hell of a move there from Robbo around the outside in the big left-hander. So he's dropped down the hill now. It's going to be a battle with Kimmy. He's obviously got substantially more tyre wear than the car that's just come out, but he is a very, very good driver. I'm sure he can make up for the tyre deficiency. Maybe certainly over the next 2 or 3 laps, then I think the tyres will just start to drop off. And in these cars, they tend to drop off probably around lap 4. You notice a big difference. In 5, they've just shot. So Harley's just set the fastest lap of... I said it earlier, missed that one. It's 2:15.0. I'm sure he'd love a 14, and it's in there. He has had 14s in practice. Can obviously can do that now. Do you get points in 12th place? Unfortunately not. Simon Fuller, they only give points down to 10th. Harley's just took about 2/10 off him here as well. So we'll just watch this very, very carefully and see. So we've got Reddy Shavens 7 seconds behind. He's just nibbling into the gap that Harley's got. I don't think enough I don't think enough to pull it back for the end of the race. So we've got Castle purple in the downhill sector there. So it'll be interesting. I think these two will be battling for the fastest lap now. Harley's probably pushing on. He's not letting up at all. Gap staying constant. Just 2/10 over. We'll just jump back into Castle. There's so many splits on this thing. You can get a real gauge quite regularly of how the race is progressing. He's just probably put about 3/10 into Harley in that sector there. A quarter of a second on now. This could be a decent lap here from Castle. Just have to see what Harley's done. Maybe she's had a little bit of just a little bit ragged on the entry into there. He's held it. It's on a good fast line through there. So we'll see what this split is coming through here. It's about 3/10 over, I think, at the last one. Five just lost another couple of tenths. There is maybe pushing just a smidge hard now to try and catch Castle. Whatever it is, if these two end up where they are, I think the podium places are probably just about settled now. I think Kimi is just starting to drop back. He's now back down to 6th. Doc Coop's taking him again for 5th. Oh, Castle's on a fast lap here. This is going to be mid 14 if you, mid 14 if you can hold it. Oh, a big wobble there. He's going to lose probably 2.5 tenths coming out through there as well. So he's obviously pushing to his absolute limit. So we'll just follow him across the line, just see whether he has managed to hold that half second. Yep. He only lost about 100 through there, so he's done well. But it's gone deep in turn 1. But I think there's just enough of a gap now here with 3 laps left for Castle here. Which I don't want to add commentator's curse to it. It'll be a great result for him and a great result for Harley, and good team points for the. I'm not sure if they're still called the tag team. They are. Sakudo Racing. So we'll just jump back down now to BJ Robbo in 4th, who's gapped Doc Coop, who's just put a decent gap into Isaac and Kimi now. The impact or damage that Kimi suffered very early in the race has really bitten him, and with the races now been qualifying as well, which is a great improvement in my opinion. I think it adds an extra dimension to the race. It's a lot harder to get back. He's taking probably another 5 or 6 laps out of the race that Kimi would have had to try and pull back. But he's still setting blue sectors, so we're still on a decent lap, and probably in a safe 6th place with very good recovery drive. We've got Phil Babbage and Othed renewing a rivalry from last season. Othed's just starting to push on. He's just pulling back a little bit. Just to see, he's just gaining on Phil Babbage. We'll just have a look at the tyre situation. Othed's tyres are better. He's taken another 10th out of him. And this will be a scalp for Othed. Good run, good solid run from State. He's normally very unlucky. He gets taken out. He's certainly, if there's going to be impact, it normally falls Othed's way. So I think we can expect to move possibly down into the last corner. Just lost maybe a 10th just over that curb. He's going going to try and cut that late apex and get a good drive onto the straight. Needs to get right across the slipstream. He's going. Phil Babbage really, he's side to side to try and defend that line. Oh, let's try one up the inside. Just caught this battle at the right time. He's going to take. He's made it stick. Fantastic move there from Oved. This is through the real tight section. It's a great move there. There's not somewhere you can really overtake through the section. He's going to have to defend down into this big left-hander down the bottom of the hill. Taking a good defensive line on the way in. Sent Phil Babbage a little bit around the outside there, which is just affects his driver. Now he's going to be defending from Ball Boy as well. So Phil's got a decision to make. Is he going to try and pull this gap back to Oved, or is he going to have a real defensive drive against Ball Boy? Ball Boy's got him on the inside. Great move down the hill there. So he's lost 2 positions in a third of a lap. It's just whether Ball Boy can really push on now and catch Oved. So we've got Mick Howe, we'll just give him some time. He's up into the points now. Points is where he wanted to be. He certainly had the 1 lap pace to finish a little bit high. He's been a little bit unfortunate today, but a good full debut drive for Mick. Wright and Ladd in the Mazda in 11th, Max in 12th, Tim 13th, and SJB in 14th. So we'll just catch Castle. He's just exiting the last corner onto his last lap. Yeah, I'll go with you with that one, Ash. Great movement over there. Held it off in a very tricky section as well. So he's on to his final lap now as Castle. Harley's in a very solid second place. Would be a great podium for him. He's got a lot of tyre wear, but he's got plenty of gap now. He just needs to bring it home, take a steady solid points and move on for next week. Ready Shaven again for Sakudo in 3rd. Good team points for them, 2 drivers on the podium. BJ Robbo 4th. Iceman Kimmy's back up to 5th now, so I don't know whether Doc Coops had a little bit of he's got a little bit of front damage, but a good, very good recovery drive for Kimmy. And it's not over. He's starting to catch Robbo again. So we'll keep an eye on the map in the top corner to see where the leaders are. And just see this could be a proper battle. Doc Coops got to keep his eye on his mirror, because Kimmy will come from him and he will push and push, try and make a move stick. Robbo's just started to gap a little bit again. This is the section that will suit the Porsche, the tight, twisty, flowing section as well. Photographer there not doing a great deal. The car's not in camera. It's now down to half a second, just under half a second now. This is going to be a fight to the finish. It's going to be a fight to the finish. So we'll just quickly dive back up to the front and just see where Cass is now out to 7 seconds. Harley is just bringing it home now, just taking his solid points. Ready Shaven in 3rd. And BJ Robbo and Kimmy fighting in 4th and 5th. So we'll watch Castle across the line. Great drive start to finish. These two were away at the start and held their positions from the beginning. Fantastic drive, good points for Castle, good points for Scudo. He'll be very pleased with that. Pit strategy worked for him perfectly. Harley, fantastic podium there for Ron Pollux in 2nd. Good solid drive, mistake free. Very happy with that. Ready Shaven in 3rd. Another solid one. Oh, and he's got it. Kimmy's taken him probably into that last corner. So fantastic recovery drive there from Kimmy to 4th. BJ Robbo 5th. Doc Coop comes across the line in a solid 6th. Oved will be very pleased with that in 7th. Very pleased with that. Ball Boy 8th. Phil Babbage in 9th. And Mick Howe will come across the line in 10th. He'll be happy with his point. He's taken a smash line there across the grass. He's got plenty of time to lose this penalty. He'll lose the thing, but yeah, he did take a Degner 1 line there. And then we've got a little bit of a gap back down to the low lap ones. Max just outside the point in 11th in the Datsun. Wrighton lad will come across the line in 12th in the Mazda. Oh, smash. And you got Tim in the 3rd Datsun coming across the line in 13th, and SJB will follow him across the line in 14th in the final Apocalypse Racing RCZ. Very, very high tyre wear there. So great win for Castle, fastest lap as well, and full set. I believe you got pole. So although you can't get much closer than identical time for first and second. But good run there, pole position, fastest lap, and the race win for Castle. Fantastic race. Quite error strewn. There wasn't a great deal of damage caused. There wasn't a great deal of carnage. So good, clean, dry. And you should all be very happy with that. Thanks for watching. It's a little bit more difficult to keep an eye on Social Media Corner when you're doing it on your own. But I hope you've all enjoyed it. And talked a little bit of waffle, and that's it for round 2 of the Group 3 race from Kyoto Driving Park. We shall catch you all next week. Thanks for watching. There's be some F1 later on tonight, I believe, and F2 on Tuesday, and then I think it's the first round of the Enduro League on Wednesday. So keep watching, have fun.